Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
A specific identifiable position in a continuum or series or especially in a process. Indicator that establishes the horizontal when a bubble is centered in a tube of liquid. A flat surface at right angles to a plumb line. Park the car on the level. Direct into a position for use. Of the score in a contest. Become level or even. The ground leveled off. Tear down so as to make flat with the ground. The building was leveled. An abstract place usually conceived as having depth. A good actor communicates on several levels. A relative position or degree of value in a graded group. Having a surface without slope, tilt in which no part is higher or lower than another. Acres of level farmland. Not showing abrupt variations. Spoke in a level voice. A position on a scale of intensity or amount or quality. A high level of care is required. A structure consisting of a room or set of rooms at a single position along a vertical scale. What level is the office on? Make level or straight. Level the ground. Aim at. Level criticism or charges at somebody. Being on a precise horizontal plane. A billiard table must be level. Height above ground. The water reached ankle level. Oriented at right angles to the plumb. The picture is level. Talk frankly with. Lay it on the line. I have to level with you. A specific identifiable position in a continuum or series or especially in a process. A remarkable degree of frankness. A measure for arcs and angles. There are 360 degrees in a circle. An award conferred by a college or university signifying that the recipient has satisfactorily completed a course of study. He earned his degree at Princeton summa cum laude. A position on a scale of intensity or amount or quality. It is all a matter of degree. A unit of temperature on a specified scale. The game was played in spite of the 40-degree temperature. The highest power of a term or variable. The seriousness of something, e.g., a burn or crime. Murder in the second degree. Be oriented. The weather vane points north. Sail close to the wind. Repair the joints of bricks. Point a chimney. Any of 32 horizontal directions indicated on the card of a compass. He checked the point on his compass. Be a signal for or a symptom of. Her behavior points to a severe neurosis. A specific identifiable position in a continuum or series or especially in a process. A distinct part that can be specified separately in a group of things that could be enumerated on a list. The main point on the agenda was taken up first. An outstanding characteristic. His acting was one of the high points of the movie. A V shape. The cannibal's teeth were filed to sharp points. A contact in the distributor. As the rotor turns, its projecting arm contacts them and current flows to the spark plugs. The dot at the left of a decimal fraction. Direct into a position for use. Point a gun. Indicate a place, direction, person, or thing, either spatially or figuratively. He pointed to the empty parking space. The property of a shape that tapers to a sharp tip. The gun muzzle's direction. He held me up at the point of a gun. A V-shaped mark at one end of an arrow pointer. The point of the arrow was due north. An isolated fact that is considered separately from the whole. A point of information. A wall socket. An instant of time. At that point I had to leave. A very small circular shape. A row of points. Direct the course. Determine the direction of traveling. Give a point to. Intend something, to move towards a certain goal. A punctuation mark, placed at the end of a declarative sentence to indicate a full stop or after abbreviations. A brief version of the essential meaning of something. Get to the point. A distinguishing or individuating characteristic. He knows my bad points as well as my good points. A geometric element that has position but no extension. A point is defined by its coordinates. A linear unit used to measure the size of type, approximately 1/72 inch. A promontory extending out into a large body of water. They sailed south around the point. A style in speech or writing that arrests attention and has a penetrating or convincing quality or effect. Be positionable in a specified manner. The gun points with ease. Indicate the presence of game by standing and pointing with the muzzle. The dog pointed the dead duck. Mark, a psalm text, to indicate the points at which the music changes. Mark, Hebrew words, with diacritics. Mark with diacritics. Point the letter. 1% of the total principal of a loan. It is paid at the time the loan is made and is independent of the interest on the loan. Sharp end. He stuck the point of the knife into a tree. The object of an activity. What is the point of discussing it? The precise location of something, a spatially limited location. She walked to a point where she could survey the whole street. The unit of counting in scoring a game or contest. He scored 20 points in the first half. Plan, organize, and carry out an event. The neighboring tribe staged an invasion. Perform, a play, especially on a stage. We are going to stage Othello. A specific identifiable position in a continuum or series or especially in a process. At what stage are the social sciences? Any distinct time period in a sequence of events. We are in a transitional stage in which many former ideas must be revised or rejected. A small platform on a microscope where the specimen is mounted for examination. A section or portion of a journey or course. Then we embarked on the second stage of our Caribbean cruise. A large coach and four formerly used to carry passengers and mail on regular routes between towns. We went out of town together by stage about 10 or 12 miles. A large platform on which people can stand and can be seen by an audience. He clambered up onto the stage and got the actors to help him into the box. Any scene regarded as a setting for exhibiting or doing something. All the world's a stage. The theater is a profession, usually, the stage. An early movie simply showed a long kiss by two actors of the contemporary stage. Indicator that establishes the horizontal when a bubble is centered in a tube of liquid. A flat surface at right angles to a plumb line. Criminal law. A pleading describing some wrong or offense. He was arrested on a charge of larceny. Move quickly and violently. A quantity of explosive to be set off at one time. This cartridge has a powder charge of 50 grains. The quantity of unbalanced electricity in a body, either positive or negative, and construed as an excess or deficiency of electrons. The battery needed a fresh charge. Cause to be agitated, excited, or roused. The speaker charged up the crowd with his inflammatory remarks. Psychoanalysis. The libidinal energy invested in some idea or person or object. Freud thought of cathexis as a psychic analog of an electrical charge. Demand payment. Will I get charged for this service? Direct into a position for use. He charged his weapon at me. Blame for. Make a claim of wrongdoing or misbehavior against. He charged the director with indifference. Request for payment of a debt. They submitted their charges at the end of each month. Cause to be admitted. Of persons to an institution. File a formal charge against. The suspect was charged with murdering his wife. To make a rush at or sudden attack upon, as in battle. Give over to another for care or safekeeping. Provide, a device, with something necessary. Attention and management implying responsibility for safety. A special assignment that is given to a person or group. His charge was deliver a message. Heraldry consisting of a design or image depicted on a shield. A formal statement of a command or injunction to do something. The judge's charge to the jury. Attribute responsibility to. The tragedy was charged to her inexperience. An assertion that someone is guilty of a fault or offense. The newspaper published charges that Jones was guilty of drunken driving. The swift release of a store of effective force. Impose a task upon, assign a responsibility to. He charged her with cleaning up all the files over the weekend. Assign a duty, responsibility or obligation to. She was charged with supervising the creation of a concordance. An impetuous rush toward someone or something. The wrestler's charge carried him past his adversary. A person committed to your care. The teacher led her charges across the street. Cause formation of a net electrical charge in or on. Charge a conductor. Energize a battery by passing a current through it in the direction opposite to discharge. I need to charge my car battery. Enter a certain amount as a charge. He charged me $15. Fill or load to capacity. Charge the wagon with hay. Financial liabilities, such as a tax. The charges against the estate. Instruct, a jury, about the law, its application, and the weighing of evidence. Instruct or command with authority. The teacher charged the children to memorize the poem. Lie down on command, of hunting dogs. Make an accusatory claim. The defense attorney charged that the jurors were biased. Pay with a credit card. Pay with plastic money. Postpone payment by recording a purchase as a debt. Will you pay cash or charge the purchase? Place a heraldic bearing on. Charge all weapons, shields, and banners. Saturate. The room was charged with tension and anxiety. Set or ask for a certain price. How much do you charge for lunch? The price charged for some article or service. The admission charge. To a greater degree or extent, used with comparisons. Looked sick and felt even worse. Of the score in a contest. Occurring at fixed intervals. The even rhythm of his breathing. Become even or more even. Even out the surface. Make even or more even. Symmetrically arrange. Even features. Make level or straight. The latter part of the day, the period of decreasing daylight from late afternoon until nightfall. He enjoyed the evening light across the lake. Equal in degree or extent or amount, or equally matched or balanced. Even amounts of butter and sugar. Being level or straight or regular and without variation as e.g. in shape or texture, or being in the same plane or at the same height as something else, i.e. even with. An even application of varnish. Divisible by 2. Closed with a lace. Of the score in a contest. The score is tied. Fastened with strings or cords. A neatly tied bundle. Bound or secured closely. The guard was found trussed up with his arms and legs securely tied. Bound together by or as if by a strong rope, especially as by a bond of affection. People tied by blood or marriage. Become level or even. Take off or remove. Tear down so as to make flat with the ground. Take apart into its constituent pieces. Tear down so as to make flat with the ground. Cause to come or go down. Tear down so as to make flat with the ground. Tear down so as to make flat with the ground. Move something or somebody to a lower position. Take down the vase from the shelf. Tear down so as to make flat with the ground. Reduce in worth or character, usually verbally. Make a written note of. Tear down so as to make flat with the ground. An abstract place usually conceived as having depth. A simile has at least 2 layers of meaning. Single thickness of usually some homogeneous substance. A hen that lays eggs. A relatively thin sheet-like expanse or region lying over or under another. Make or form a layer. Layer the different colored sands. Thin structure composed of a single thickness of cells. People having the same social, economic, or educational status. An abstract place usually conceived as having depth. A subpopulation divided into a stratified sampling. One of several parallel layers of material arranged one on top of another, such as a layer of tissue or cells in an organism or a layer of sedimentary rock. Assign a rank or rating to. Assign a grade or rank to, according to one's evaluation. Grade tests. The height of the ground on which something stands. The base of the tower was below grade. A number or letter indicating quality, especially of a student's performance. Grade a milk. A degree of oblaut. A body of students who are taught together. 1/100th of a right angle. A relative position or degree of value in a graded group. Lumber of the highest grade. A position on a scale of intensity or amount or quality. A moderate grade of intelligence. A variety of cattle produced by crossbreeding with a superior breed. Determine the grade of or assign a grade to. Level to the right gradient. The gradient of a slope or road or other surface. The road had a steep grade. A worker who ties something. A relative position or degree of value in a graded group. Any one of two or more competitors who tie one another. One of two or more layers one atop another. Tier upon tier of huge casks. Something that is used for tying. The sail is fastened to the yard with tiers. A deflated pneumatic tire. Freight car without permanent sides or roof. A suite of rooms usually on one floor of an apartment house. Lacking the expected range or depth. Not designed to give an illusion or depth. A flat two-dimensional painting. In a forthright manner, candidly or frankly. Came out flat for less work and more pay. Not modified or restricted by reservations. A flat refusal. Not reflecting light, not glossy. Flat wall paint. Lacking stimulating characteristics, and interesting. A flat joke. Lacking taste or flavor or tang. Having a surface without slope, tilt in which no part is higher or lower than another. A flat desk. Sounded or spoken in a tone unvarying in pitch. Stretched out and lying at full length along the ground. Found himself lying flat on the floor. Flattened laterally along the whole length, e.g., certain leaf stalks or flatfishes. A level tract of land. The salt flats of Utah. A musical notation indicating 1/2 step lower than the note named. A shallow box in which seedlings are started. Commercially inactive. Flat sales for the month. Having a relatively broad surface in relation to depth or thickness. Flat computer monitors. Having lost effervescence. Flat beer. Horizontally level. A flat roof. Lacking contrast or shading between tones. Of a musical note, lowered in pitch by one chromatic semitone. B flat. Scenery consisting of a wooden frame covered with painted canvas, part of a stage setting. A power tool for smoothing or shaping wood. An aircraft that has a fixed wing and is powered by propellers or jets. The flight was delayed due to trouble with the airplane. A carpenter's hand tool with an adjustable blade for smoothing or shaping wood. The cabinetmaker used a plane for the finish work. Travel on the surface of water. Mathematics, an unbounded two-dimensional shape. We will refer to the plane of the graph as the xy plane. Having a surface without slope, tilt in which no part is higher or lower than another. A plane surface. Cut or remove with or as if with a plane. A level of existence or development. He lived on a worldly plane. Make even or smooth, with or as with a carpenter's plane. Plane the top of the door. Marked by firm determination or resolution, not shakeable. Unwavering loyalty. Not showing abrupt variations. The inside lower horizontal surface, as of a room, hallway, tent, or other structure. They needed rugs to cover the bare floors. Surprise greatly. Knock someone's socks off. I was floored when I heard that I was promoted. A lower limit. The government established a wage floor. Knock down with force. A large room in an exchange where the trading is done. He is a floor trader. A structure consisting of a room or set of rooms at a single position along a vertical scale. The bottom surface of any lake or other body of water. The ground on which people and animals move about. The fire spared the forest floor. The legislative hall where members debate and vote and conduct other business. There was a motion from the floor. The lower inside surface of any hollow structure. The floor of the pelvis. The occupants of a floor. The whole floor complained about the lack of heat. The parliamentary right to address an assembly. The chairman granted him the floor. A structure consisting of a room or set of rooms at a single position along a vertical scale. A record or narrative description of past events. A history of France. A trivial lie. A short account of the news. The story was on the 11 o'clock news. A structure consisting of a room or set of rooms at a single position along a vertical scale. A message that tells the particulars of an act or occurrence or course of events, presented in writing or drama or cinema or as a radio or television program. A piece of fiction that narrates a chain of related events. Adjust for. Become even or more even. Even out the surface. Make even or more even. Make level or straight. Turn red, as if in embarrassment or shame. Having an abundant supply of money or possessions of value. A speculator flush with cash. Sudden brief sensation of heat, associated with menopause and some mental disorders. Sudden reddening of the face, as from embarrassment or guilt or shame or modesty. Irrigate with water from a sluice. A rosy color, especially in the cheeks, taken as a sign of good health. The period of greatest prosperity or productivity. A sudden rapid flow, as of water. He heard the flush of a toilet. Rinse, clean, or empty with a liquid. Flush the wound with antibiotics. Make level or straight. The swift release of a store of effective force. A poker hand with all 5 cards in the same suit. Cause to flow or flood with or as if with water. Flush the meadows. Flow freely. The garbage flushed down the river. Glow or cause to glow with warm color or light. The sky flushed with rosy splendor. Of a surface exactly even with an adjoining one, forming the same plane. A door flush with the wall. A person who is of equal standing with another in a group. Be identical or equivalent to. $1 equals 1,000 rubles these days. Be equal to in quality or ability. Make equal, uniform, corresponding, or matching. Let's equalize the duties among all employees in this office. Having the requisite qualities or resources to meet a task. He was equal to the task. Having the same quantity, value, or measure as another. On equal terms. Not liable to fluctuate or especially to fall. Relating to a person who does something regularly. A steady drinker. A person loved by another person. Marked by firm determination or resolution, not shakeable. Support or hold steady and make steadfast, with or as if with a brace. In a steady manner. Make steady. Steady yourself. Not easily excited or upset. Steady nerves. Not subject to change or variation, especially in behavior. A steady beat. Securely in position, not shaky. Held the ladder steady. Parallel to or in the plane of the horizon or a baseline. A horizontal surface. Something that is oriented horizontally.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.